Hi, my name is Mrs. Burrows.
Mr. Morano.
My name is Mr. Rodriguez.
And today we're going to be doing Spikeball.
Going over rules and regulations.
Let's have some fun with it.
Hello everybody, I'm Mr. Emerson and I'm also your instructor today. As the other said, we are learning about Spikeball today. Spikeball was originally founded in 1989 and was called round net. Right after the creation of Spikeball, popularity decreased rather fast. However, in recent years has made a dramatic comeback and is now being used as a regular part of physical education. To start this off, I want to talk about arrangement of players. In the game of Spikeball, there are 4 players, 2 on each team. Each game is started off with a serve. A serve is performed when the player is 6 feet away from the net. The team that is serving will have to throw the ball up at least 2 inches in the air, which then they will strike the ball towards the net. The ball will hit the middle of the net towards the opposing team. Let's look at Mr. Morano's serve. As you can tell in the video, Mr. Morano was standing at least 6 feet from the net and threw the ball up at least 2 inches in the air upon striking the ball. Now let's take a look at Mr. Rodriguez doing it. As you can tell, once again, the ball was thrown a minimum of 2 inches in the air before serving. Now, let's take a look at what an incorrect serve looks like. As shown in the video, while Mrs. Burrows was at least 6 feet away from the net, she did not throw the ball in the air at least 2 inches prior to serving. This means that the other team gets the point. After receiving the serve, the opposing team is allowed to take 3 hits before hitting it back to the other team. This is what we call a bump set spike approach. It is also commonly heard in the sport of volleyball. Before going further into depth with this, let's take a look at what it looks like. Now that we saw that video in full speed, let's take a look at it again slower. First, we have Mrs. Burrows serving the ball to Mr. Rodriguez. Mr. Rodriguez is now bumping the ball to Mr. Morano. Mr. Morano is setting, and then Mr. Rodriguez finishes off with a spike. While it's important to have fun while playing the game of Spikeball, it is also important to note that it is never acceptable to catch the ball, whether it is to pass to your teammate or to throw at the net. Let's take a look at an example of an incorrect bump set spike. While watching this again, but in slow motion, you can see that Mr. Morano performed an incorrect bump set spike when he decided to catch the ball and then throw it back to Mr. Rodriguez. While it is not absolutely necessary to hit the ball back after 3 hits in each possession, it is recommended. Let's take a look at what a sequence of bump set spikes looks like in game. While watching this clip again, but in a slower pace, one can see the benefit that it causes when using the bump set spike method. When using the bump set spike method, it sets up the team to perform better hits on the net. Take note that while playing, we never use one of our passes on passing it to ourselves. That is not allowed and will result in the other team getting a point. When utilizing the bump set spike method, it is very important to capitalize on the spike part. The spike is an overarm powerful motion that results in the ball being hit directly at the net at a fast pace. Let's take a look at a spike. While watching this video again, but at a slower pace, notice how the final hit is hit downward hard in an overarm motion. Besides the bump set spike method, there's other techniques used in the sport of Spikeball that can help result in winning the game. One of these strategies is by hitting the ball in what is called the pocket. To be specific, the pocket is the area of the net that is closest to the rim. With demonstration from Mr. Morano, let's take a look at what happens when one hits the ball off of the pocket. If you pay attention closely, you can see how the ball took a strange hop. This can cause the receiving team to mess up. With this being said, it is still important to note that there are certain parts of the net that cannot be hit, specifically the rim. Ms. Burrows is going to demonstrate what the rim of the net is. Since the ball is not allowed to be hit off the rim, when it does, the opposing team gets awarded a point for the other team's error. To go along with this, it should be mentioned that Spikeball is a game of rally scoring, meaning there is 1 point given on each serve. Games are played to 21, and the winning team must win by at least 2 points. We hope that by the end of this video, you are now able to tell the basics of Spikeball. Thank you.